Have you ever pondered why the concept of living in harmony with nature is so integral to the philosophy of Stoicism? This question is not only intriguing but also pivotal, as it sets the backdrop for our journey into the heart of Stoicism and its principles. Stoicism, for those who might be new to the term, is a school of Hellenistic philosophy that flourished throughout the Roman and Greek world until the 3rd century AD. It is a philosophy that teaches the development of self-control and fortitude as a means to overcome destructive emotions. The very core of Stoicism lies in the idea of understanding and accepting the natural order of things, of aligning oneself with the rhythm of nature. It is this profound connection to nature that we will explore in the coming segments. So with the stage set and the context provided, join us as we dive deeper into the wisdom of the Stoics and their profound connection to nature. Stoicism, born in the bustling markets of ancient Athens, offers a unique perspective on life and nature. Envision the Greek capital in the 3rd century BC. Amidst the lively discourse and exchange of ideas, a new philosophical movement was stirring. This was the birth of Stoicism. The founder was a man named Zeno of Citium. A merchant by trade, Zeno found himself in Athens after a shipwreck. He walked into a bookshop, picked up a book about Socrates, and was so moved that he decided to stay in Athens and study philosophy. Zeno, inspired by the teachings of Socrates and the Cynics, began to formulate his own ideas, laying the foundation for what we now know as Stoicism. Stoicism quickly gained popularity in Athens and later spread to Rome. Despite its radical departure from the hedonistic tendencies of the time, it wasn't about the pursuit of pleasure or avoidance of pain. Rather, Stoicism proposed a life of virtue and wisdom. It emphasized personal ethics as the path to a fulfilled life. The Stoics proposed a simple yet profound idea. The highest form of value is not material wealth or social status, but something that resides within us. This value is virtue, the ability to distinguish between what is in our control and what isn't, and to act accordingly. They believed that by focusing on our own actions and attitudes, we could lead a life of tranquility, regardless of external circumstances. Stoicism also introduced the powerful concept of living in accordance with nature. This didn't mean retreating to the wilderness, but rather understanding the laws of the universe and aligning oneself with them. It was about recognizing the natural order of things, accepting it, and finding peace within that understanding. The Stoics believed that by understanding the laws of nature, one could attain tranquility and fulfillment. They saw life as an interplay of fate and free will. We can't control everything that happens to us, but we can control how we respond. And in this response lies our power, our freedom, and ultimately, our peace. But what exactly did the Stoics mean when they advocated for living in agreement with nature? This question takes us to the heart of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics saw the universe as a rational and interconnected system, governed by a divine force they called Logos. They believed our role as humans is to understand and align ourselves with this natural order. Living in accordance with nature, then, means recognizing the intrinsic laws of the universe and adjusting our behaviors and attitudes accordingly. It is not about literally living in forests or swimming in rivers, but about understanding the world around us and our place within it. But how do we do this? Well, the Stoics offered a practical solution. Focus on what is within your control and accept what is not. They considered that we have control over our own actions, responses, and judgments, but not over external events, other people, or the natural world. Imagine you're a sailor. You can't control the wind, the waves, or the weather. What you can control is how you react to these conditions, how you steer your ship, and where you set your course. This is the essence of Stoic wisdom, distinguishing between what we can and cannot control and focusing our energy where it truly matters. This acceptance extends even to the harshest aspects of life. Death, for example, is a natural part of existence. The Stoics urged us not to fear it, but to accept it as an inevitable part of the natural order. Instead of wasting energy resisting the inevitable, we should use that energy to live fully in the present. So, to the Stoics, living in agreement with nature wasn't about surrendering to fate or passively accepting whatever life throws at us. It was about understanding the world and our place in it, focusing our energy where it can actually make a difference and accepting the rest with equanimity. To the Stoics, accepting nature's course was not a sign of defeat but a path to inner peace. Scene script. How then can we apply these Stoic principles to our daily lives? Let's delve into some practical examples of how Stoic principles can be applied in modern life. One of the core Stoic practices is mindfulness. This doesn't mean sitting cross-legged on a mountaintop, but rather it's about paying attention to our thoughts and actions. When we're mindful, we're fully engaged in the present moment, not lost in the past or worrying about the future. This awareness allows us to respond rather than react, giving us a sense of control and peace. Let's consider an example. Picture yourself stuck in a traffic jam. The instinctive reaction might be frustration or anger, but through Stoic mindfulness, we can acknowledge these feelings without letting them control us. We can observe the situation, understand that it's beyond our control, and choose not to be disturbed by it. Another key Stoic principle is acceptance. Life is full of events we can't control, from traffic jams to weather patterns to the actions of other people. Stoicism teaches us to accept these realities, not with resignation, but with understanding. Acceptance isn't about giving up, it's about recognizing what we can and can't change and focusing our energy where it can make a difference. For instance, if it's raining and you've planned a picnic, you can either lament the weather or you can accept it and adapt your plans. Stoicism encourages the latter, to embrace what is rather than what we wish it to be. Lastly, Stoicism emphasizes focusing on the present moment. The past is gone and the future is uncertain. All we truly have is the here and now. By focusing on the present, we can make the most of our time and energy instead of getting caught up in what was or what might be. Through these practices, we can align ourselves with nature and navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. After all, in the grand scheme of things, we are just a tiny part of this vast universe, and aligning ourselves with its natural flow can bring us a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. Please like and subscribe if you found the video entertaining. Be safe out there and take care. Embracing Stoicism, however, is not merely about weathering life's storms. It can also bring profound benefits. First, let's talk about resilience. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control everything in life, but we can control how we react to it. This shift in perspective can make us more resilient in the face of adversity. When we stop fighting against the inevitable and start working with it, we find that we're capable of enduring much more than we previously thought. It's a bit like learning to sail. At first, you might struggle against the wind, but once you understand how to harness its power, you can use it to propel your boat forward. Now let's move on to mental health. Today's world is fraught with stress, anxiety, and depression. Stoicism, with its emphasis on acceptance and mindfulness, can be a powerful antidote to these modern maladies. It encourages us to focus on what's happening right now, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. It's about understanding what's in our control and what isn't, and learning to let go of the latter. This can lead to a significant reduction in anxiety and a marked improvement in overall mental well-being. Finally, Stoicism can lead to a deeper sense of fulfillment. By encouraging us to live in accordance with nature and to accept the world as it is, Stoicism helps us find contentment in simplicity. It teaches us to appreciate the beauty in everyday life and to find joy in the ordinary. It's not about seeking external validation or material possessions. Instead, it's about finding happiness within ourselves and in our relationships with others. In the words of the Stoic philosopher Seneca, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. So, my friends, let's embrace the wisdom of Stoicism and find our own paths to true happiness. So what can we take away from our journey into Stoicism and its emphasis on living in harmony with nature? Firstly, we've journeyed back to the birth of Stoicism, a philosophy that originated in the bustling markets of ancient Greece. We discovered that the Stoics viewed the universe as a rational, interconnected entity and saw themselves as minuscule components of this vast cosmos. We've explored the concept of living in agreement with nature, a principle that sits at the heart of Stoicism. This principle encourages us not merely to respect our environment, but to understand and adapt to the laws and rhythms of nature. It suggests that by aligning our will with the natural order of things, we can experience a profound sense of tranquility and acceptance. We then delved into the practical applications of Stoic principles, illustrating how these ancient philosophies can be woven into the fabric of our everyday lives. We've seen how Stoicism can guide us to respond to adversity with equanimity, to be content with what we have, and to value virtue above all else. We also highlighted the myriad benefits of embracing Stoicism. These include increased resilience, improved emotional intelligence, and a deeper appreciation for the present moment. By adopting a Stoic perspective, we can learn to navigate life's turbulent seas with grace and composure, broadening our horizons and enriching our experiences. In conclusion, the ancient wisdom of Stoicism offers us a timeless blueprint for living a fulfilled and meaningful life. It teaches us to appreciate the beauty of our existence, to respect the world around us, and to embrace the trials and tribulations of life with courage and dignity. By understanding and applying the principles of Stoicism, we can cultivate a sense of inner peace and fulfillment that remains unshaken by the external world. We can learn to live in harmony with nature, and in doing so find harmony within ourselves. Please like and subscribe if you found the video entertaining. Be safe out there and take care.